You are listening to Drop Tent Media Network.
Hi, hello, welcome, Called of Us, Neil Wood, Adam Nutter.
By the renewing of your mind.
The recycling. It's a flesh body world.
Do it.
Human.
Do it.
Sir slimy reptilian.
Yo, what's up? You expected Neil, but no Neil. Adam, hey, how's it going, everybody? Adam Nutter here, Cult of Us. You guys know that already, though. Obviously, you're here checking us out. Neil and I had a bit of miscommunication. Apparently, he wanted to move it back a day early. Okay. Then I'm like, hey man, we're going live soon. Where are you? He's like, oh, I'm at Helium tonight. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, this is your idea. Then he just texted me. He's like, oh, I'm at November 9th. Maybe you didn't see that. Whatever. All right. Fuck him. We don't need Neil. Neil sucks. He's gay anyway. Guys, but we had a great show for you planned. Of course, again, please, my guest co-host, I guess I would say for the day, my man, my good friend, Mr. Matt Hyams. How are you, sir?
Good. I have enough forehead for two people.
You do. You're making up Neil's
even
forehead.
If Neil's not here.
Yeah, he just texted me back. He was like, oh, I thought you meant November 9th. I know he goes, oh, I said November 9th. He's like, can we rearrange it? No, too late.
November 9th ever show up in a text?
Maybe. It could have.
Miscommunications is his drag name.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
What?
It says right there, November 9th. I fucked up.
You said it?
No, it was him. I fucked up.
Oh, he said it. Oh, but you didn't correct it.
No, I fucked up. All right. Well, disregard everything I just led with this. Neil was right. I was wrong.
Oh, you said, can you do November 9th for this show?
No, Neil did. Neil was like, yo, I realized November 9th, I have a show, I guess somewhere, I guess in Jersey, I think. He's like, can we do it a day early? I thought he meant this upcoming week. Like this week.
What day do you normally record?
Wednesdays.
Wednesday
nights, like 8 o'clock.
There it is.
Yeah, so I'm stupid. I'm very fucking dumb. I also don't read or pay attention to Neil when he talks. He's like the Charlie Brown adults when he speaks to me. It's like wah wah. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Well, his train of thought is so. I mean, should we just rag on him? Well,
yes, please rag on him.
Yeah. I mean, I've driven. For those of you who don't know me, I know Neil. I've driven with him to many gigs.
Yeah,
and sometimes I just look at him for like 20 minutes, just waiting. Just like I just see new thoughts forming, and then they just recede into the distance as the next one comes.
Yeah.
He's like, he'll be like, if you're like, what happened at that show last night? And you're like, oh, well, look, I know there's a lot of people like, okay, so maybe like, because not everybody can do this. So you're saying, okay, so everyone can do this. But, what am I? I'm not going to say like everyone can do it. I don't know. I'm like, you're just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, because you know why? He tells stories like a woman. Where like he has to preface everything 1,000 times before the main
stories
point.
Like he has 1,000 people in his head trying to tell the same story at once, and they're all vying for like attention. They're all vying for the spot. Yeah, and they're all like, "No, you get out of here. I'm going to tell the story the way I want." And they're like, "You get out of here. I'm going to tell the story the way I want." No, you get out of here,
dude. It really every time he tells a story, it really reminds me of that Louis C.K. bit about just like him and his wife telling a story. He's like, "This is how I tell a story. I bought a tomato. I ate it. It was good." Like that's like a non-Neil story. Neil's story is fucking all over the place. Yeah, it's a lot of prefacing.
And then in the middle of him telling the story, he will feel like he's got to give the benefit of the doubt to the person he's telling the story about, but you don't even know who that person is yet.
Who cares? Even if I do know him,
even if I do know him, like what am I? What unless it's my mom or something? Like, I don't know. And even then, don't give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's so he really
and he has a woke side.
Yes.
So that gets intermingled because then he starts being like, and I'm not just saying like, I know like in women and like the men's movement and like, you gotta like watch. I mean, you're just like, Neil, like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I just like to be like, women don't matter or whatever he's trying to like build up. I just tear it down immediately. No, if I believe it or not, it doesn't matter. It's funny to me because I just derail his conversation. In his head. Yeah.
What is that? Do you think he's like
anxiety?
Yeah,
for sure, has to be.
Well, it's definitely in there. It's definitely in the cocktail.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, his cocktail's wild, dude. It's OCD, anxiety, a bit of herpes.
A bash, a pinch.
The bitters of herpes is a little nip.
The worst Manhattan ever made.
Yeah. No,
By the way, and also, you know what else is weird? His girlfriend.
Nope.
They broke up.
Yes.
What?
Oh,
Is
we're
that
talking about.
public in the show?
Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's very public. Yeah, we talked
Wait,
about.
they don't live together.
Well, no, he just lives, 3 houses down.
in where he does the pod.
Yeah.
Do you know that I went over there once to hang with him, and I was in the. Did he tell you about that? I was in the living room
No.
because before he broke up, I want to get to the breakup. This is going to be about Neil, but
Yes.
does everyone know his living situation?
Yes,
Not
we talked
currently,
about it.
but
We talked
normally
about it on
that
the
he owns
podcast.
his house that he
No,
does.
yeah,
that he
we
does.
talked about it. We talked about Real Life podcast, which has literally thousands and thousands of viewers. So yeah,
Okay,
he's
so
very
whatever.
comfortable
So
talking
Neil
about
owns
it.
this house
Yeah.
with his own money that he rents out to other comics or whomever, and he has his pod studio in the basement. Then he lived
Our pod
lived
studio.
your
Excuse
pod
me.
studio, but you're never there.
Why would I go to Kensington with my brand new car?
It's a very private, dark street.
Yeah,
anyway.
perfect to get carjacked on.
Yeah, it's totally a carjacked neighborhood.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's New Jack City. Did you ever see New Jack City?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone from New York has seen New Jack City.
It's part of it's by law. You have to.
You have to see
It's part of the New York City sanctions. You gotta fucking
it's a freshman year rite of passage. Anyway, so the Neil owns this house that he rents out, and he has the pod studio, and then he's got this other house that he lived with Brittany.
Yes.
And I went over to the house that he owns one time, and he wasn't living there, but he's got pictures of himself and his family, or like pictures of himself like from childhood or whatever, like in the living room.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
The common space.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't live here. He's like, no. I was like, well, you rent out this place, and then they have to look at pictures of you, like and your childhood and your family.
Yeah,
like
he's trying to put up the only semblance of like a family he'll ever have. So it's that.
If you rented a house from someone and then the landlord was like, "Oh, I'd like to keep pictures of my family and myself from my childhood,"
like, I'm gonna keep looking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep looking. There's probably other houses around here in Philly.
Other house? Like, I do have other houses, but they all have pictures of me.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
so,
his brain is truly fantastic. I was gonna say his brain is truly like just like a maze of just like trying to like rectify things in his head that aren't a thing yet. Does that make sense? Like I
think that's what he's doing when he's telling a story.
Yes, it is what he's doing. Yeah, he's trying to rectify problems that don't exist.
Yeah,
he's
so and he's creating afraid. As he's telling the story and trying to rectify, but then also trying to move on and doubling back and going.
Dude, he's so afraid of like. I wouldn't say so afraid of offending like a group, but like I guess it's still on his mind a little bit. Where he just
what group? Any group?
Any group, it doesn't matter. He just sometimes won't tell a story. Because like he's afraid. And then like me, the total opposite. I'm on like another podcast being like, so this fucking Mexican guy, right? It's just like totally separate fucking like sides of the.
You can't say Mexican is like.
Yeah. Well, how do you know if he's even Mexican? He could be Guatemalan. He could be fucking Argentinian. It's like it doesn't matter. It's all
they don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. So, buddy, how you been?
Wait, I'm good, but hold on a second. So his girlfriend is a cop, or his ex-girlfriend.
Well, I don't know if that's public knowledge, but it is now.
Oh. You can edit that out.
Nope, this is live. That's out there.
Really? No one was supposed to know that?
No, I think people know.
Maybe I shouldn't tell this story then.
Maybe not.
All right, I'll skip over that.
All right, that's fair. Now people would be like, "Tell a fucking story, Matt." It's fine if you can't. It is what it is.
It's not a great story.
It
involves AIDS and needles. It's fine.
I was on the cocktail back in my day. I got put on that shit.
AIDS?
Yes, AIDS. I was AIDS back in my day. I got put on AIDS back in my day.
You're the only person that ever helped.
No, Magic Johnson. Me and Magic Johnson. We're fucking thriving.
Yeah.
No, but I got put on that cocktail shit because I thought I got HIV positive blood in me one time.
Oh, the to combat it immediately.
Yeah. So they give you like all these drugs. I don't even know what they are.
But I think we should say like what we're talking about. Like if you think you have AIDS from a needle or something.
Yeah,
And go to the
if you
hospital.
if you think you just got like let's say you punch someone in the face and like your knuckles open up in their face, whatever the fucking like you get your
One way
blood.
it could happen. It wasn't
That's
the way I
what
was
happened to me.
thinking, but
That's what happened to me. It's exactly what happened to me.
what happened to you? Oh, really?
Yes.
Your knuckles opened up on their face?
Yeah, I cut my knuckles open, and there was like a fucking degenerate alcoholic guy, and the hospital was like, "You should put you on this just in case."
Wow.
Well, and they ran that guy anyway, like, but just and like so it's like a bunch of pills for like a month, and then what you do for the next month is you just shit and vomit and lose like 20 pounds of water weight. It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not fun unless you want to look great in a swimsuit real quick. Then I guess try to get AIDS, but like if not, don't.
Is this cop days?
Yeah.
God, you really like crammed a lot of cop experience into the short amount of time.
I really did.
I mean,
I really did.
I guess on Staten Island, one day is like a year somewhere else.
Oh yeah, but Brooklyn one day is like 40 years.
Yeah.
Everywhere is worse.
Were you in
I don't
Brooklyn?
Staten Island.
You think
No,
Brooklyn
I was
was
Staten
worse?
Island.
Yeah, okay.
But I fucking hate it all. We all know that though. I talk about it all the time.
As opposed to like Larchmont, Mamaroneck, where I grew up, where like a day in a cop's life is like they're.
Oh yeah, some of those guys go 20 years and never seen a single thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they pick us up if we were like a teenager carrying a 6-pack. They're like, "Oh, what are we doing tonight, boys?
Yeah.
What's going on here?"
Like obviously, I fucking I hate all my cop past and stuff for all the reasons people know. If you don't, I mean, go listen to my other podcast. I do. It's more political, so we don't really talk about that shit here. But like, yeah, it was just like still the things I still witnessed. Like outside of all the politics is like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like take away all the politics of it, take away all the fucking pros and cons of law enforcement. I saw crazy shit. And I got shot at 3 times, which is also crazy. like you just have a lot of learned experience in a short amount of time.
No one's gonna say that you don't have trauma inside of you. That's not
Well, it's funny because like it truly is that thing of like, well, saw a dead baby today. I could either kill myself or just keep pushing through. Is
that the guy you punched?
Yeah. Baby was tougher than it looked.
Yeah.
Took a lot of shots before I caved that skull in.
Yeah. Baby was up to no fucking good.
He's out there on the corner looking like a fucking perp.
I don't trust no baby.
I don't trust no baby out there. Yeah, dude, it was wild. I saw like a few decapitations in my day.
Oh my God.
More than one.
Car accidents?
Yeah. 2 car accidents. One was a dude was running from like rooftop to rooftop and missed.
And his head caught the edge of the building?
No. His head got stuck on a spiky fence and ripped from the rest of his body.
He was running from cops?
I don't remember.
He wasn't training for like a parkour marathon or something like that.
I mean, he could have been. He's bad at it.
Yeah.
He's bad at it.
Well,
all right.
He was good up until the last point.
Fucking, they want to hear that story, dude. They want to hear that story.
Oh, this is live.
Yeah, this is live. Yeah.
Is there more to the story?
No, your story. I think people want to hear the story you didn't tell.
I can't.
I know. Tell them that. I'm gonna keep getting fucking messages.
It involves maybe getting AIDS, needing to take that medicine, and Neil's sort of blasé attitude about certain things that I would have been like, if I thought I had AIDS, I'd be talking about it. Anyway.
Yeah. I would. If I thought I got AIDS, that's all I would talk about.
Yeah.
That's all I would talk about. I would become such a victim.
The decapitation is never like someone with like a giant machete just standing over.
That shit happens in the Philippines and stuff. Not so much.
With like a key. And like,
yeah.
Yeah. You murdered my father. It's never what you want.
No, it's always a horrible tragedy of a story. It's always like, okay, like the one that I always remember actually fitting Halloween night. They were coming back from a party in Jersey, this guy and his girl, right? They're both fucked up, but he's just trucking along on the highway. He just loses control on his own. Okay, like no one hits him. He just loses control of his own. The front of his car slams into a guardrail, which causes him to keep spinning out. And then the back of his car hit the other guardrail, but he hit it with such velocity that his chick wasn't wearing a seatbelt. He's wearing a seatbelt, right? So he hit it so hard, she flew out the back windshield and then rolled.
How do you get around the seat you're sitting in to
Just
go through the
pure velocity. It just like the seat.
She spun around the seat.
Well, she kind of pushed through it. Like
the seat came. I see. The seat like went back.
Yeah, and because I mean, if you're going to a full human body collision going 60, you're that little fabric isn't really going to fucking a little cheap plastic shit's going to hold you in place, especially without a seatbelt, right? If a seatbelt probably would have, yeah, for sure, but no seatbelt, so right through the back windshield, and then she rolled in the guardrail and got like, as I say, Pez dispenser decapitated. So it was like 3/4 of the way through. So she had like
he lived.
No, she was very dead.
No,
he was fine. He was fine.
He's fine. Well,
He's fine. He blew a 4.0, which is almost dead as is, which is crazy high. But it was wild. She looked like a rag doll. Like her bones.
You show up and he's like, I'm fine, personally, but she doesn't seem fine.
He had no remorse, though. I'll tell you that much. Maybe she was a bitch. I don't know. No.
Oh, my God. I love how on the news when, like, shit like that happens where, like, or someone suffers some serious thing, like they fall out of a window and, like, someone fell out of a window tonight. And then, like, 2 days later, they're like, and we heard from the man who fell 3 stories from a window, like, he will be fine. Like, oh, I'm sure he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, but
I'm sure there's going to be no PTSD associated with it.
That story
shot through the head and like he's going to be and we heard that he's going to be okay. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, physically, emotionally, he's going to kill himself, but physically, he's fine.
I'm sure he's going to come out just fine from that.
Did you ever hear the guy who jumped out of the parachute and jumped out of the parachute, jumped out of the plane, the parachute didn't open, and he fell like straight 10,000 feet and just walked away.
What?
Yes.
Was this like a recreational plane jump thing?
Yeah. One of those, for funsies.
You can't do that. Your legs will break.
He squirreled it, I think, like a squirrel, and just fucking hit the ground and then popped up. Like he was fine.
Really?
Yes. Happened like a few times.
We need someone to look that up who's listening and then say if this is actually true.
I think that I'm almost positive this is true. Hold on.
It doesn't sound true at all.
But, quick fact check. My brain sounds like bullshit. Look at, hold on.
You ever watch the show Homicide?
I know of it.
Well, you probably wouldn't have watched it because you were in New York City. But I mean, like, there was one. I feel like they got this story because it must have happened in New York. But like, a guy fell into in the episode, the guy falls into the tracks, and then a train comes in, and like has him pinned between the platform and the train, and he's alive, but he can't feel his bottom half.
They die right away.
If the train moves.
As soon as the train moves, you die. Yeah. That's
so the whole episode is the cop talking to the guy. It's Vincent D'Onofrio actually who's
that's happened. Like
that happened, right?
Yeah. It's called Man Under. They call it in New York. They call it that, one under, like the train.
I mean, that's frightening,
Yeah, that really is fucking frightening. I want to. Oh, so this guy did.
You're like, is there any way this train could never move again?
Yeah, just feed me spaghetti like this.
Would it be possible for the city just to sort of take care of me and I become like an exhibit?
So this guy fell at 12,000 feet and survived. No parachute.
Really?
This is 2007. Yep.
And he's fine. No broken bones. That
I can't. There have been some incredible instances of stop with the pop-up ads. Fucking crap. An airman who survived a 22,000-foot fall from a damaged B-17 bomber in 1943.
I don't know how you
fell 4 miles before crashing through the glass roof of St. Okay, well, that guy has severe injuries, but he's still survived, dude.
Well, surviving, yeah, I mean.
Okay, this guy the all-time record for surviving the highest fall with a parachute. Without a parachute, belongs to Yugoslavian flight attendant Vesna Vulovic. She was the sole survivor of a bomb. Oh, she was a 72 bombing. She fell more than 30,000 feet. She survived by being trapped by a food cart inside a section of the aircraft fuselage.
What?
Which landed on a heavily wooded snowy mountainside in Czechoslovakia.
She was on top of the food cart?
I think she sounded like she was in it, but still, dude, that's pretty fucking nuts.
Why was she in it?
Because I think it was a bomb. It was a terrorist thing. That was a JAT flight 367 from 1972 that they blew up over Sweden or the fuck or Russia.
I never heard about that.
You not up on your fucking bombings from the 70s, Matt?
Yugoslavian. It's my one area. My one.
Your one.
My Yugoslavian history.
There's there's actually a chart of no parachute, the highest falls people survive. Known occasions where people survive falls without a parachute. So she has a record at 33,330 feet. Bear Grylls did it in 96, 16,000 feet. So there's like 7 people. I don't know. There's like 7 people. There's like 7 people
Bear Grylls
that survived
from a animal.
No, I think he's still alive making shitty shows. Alive? Yeah.
What was the other guy?
That's a grizzly man.
No, crocodile hunter or something.
He dead.
Crocodile wrestler.
He dead as fuck.
Yeah, and grizzly guy is dead too.
That guy. Did you ever watch the documentary?
Yeah.
Werner Herzog in that. It's the
no one should ever listen to this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's the funniest fucking thing in the world.
But he's like, but I will listen to it.
Yeah.
I it's okay for me. I will listen, and I will listen every night. When he's listening to it, it's probably like his 10th time. Like, this is not my first listen. But
you think he strokes to that? That's his thing. That's his weird get off.
I think he's probably got. I don't know his other movies, but I mean,
before he lays a woman down to bed, he's like, play the track.
I want you to hear something. Hey, tell me what your reaction is. I've heard it. I'll hear it again. But
he's like, I'm turned on, but are you frightened by this sound? That turns me on even more.
I'm hard as a bear. And furry. The funny thing about that guy is that he shouldn't have died. It was his inability to deal with society that made him go back to the grizzly area when they were not safe to be around.
Wasn't it also like a different group of bears he was like that just walked in on the camp? Like it wasn't the usual bears he was tracking?
It wasn't the usual bear.
Right?
Yeah.
Which you anyway. I don't believe that shit for a second. Like all these fucking videos of like people like being like, in 20 years, he's been reunited with the lion, and the lion remembers him. Like all these fuckers were raised in captivity, though, right? So like they
didn't start out in the wild,
but like as babies,
like a bear or a wild animal from the time that it's a baby in captivity, it might remember you, and
right,
yeah.
But not some fucking lion in the Serengeti, just like out there, being like, "This dumb motherfucker looking at me with his arms open."
Yeah, and that bear he didn't know. That was like it was an odd.
It was an odd bear.
It was an odd bear. You're such an odd bear,
dude. That's fun, dude. I know they say burning alive scientifically is like the worst way to go, but I think being eaten alive, it's pretty rough. Eaten alive by a bear, asshole first. That's definitely the worst way to go.
Eating, but them going for your asshole, being eaten.
Well, because because I'm such an animal nerd. I'm sure people are sick of hearing me talk about animals. Every predator, except for like cats, right? They just eat. They don't kill you first. They just eat.
Right, like a cat, a domestic cat will start eating you
when you're dead.
Yeah,
but even big cats, I'm saying, like they
eat your
suffocate
asshole first.
No, they suffocate you first.
Oh,
then so that you die, then they eat you. But every other animal, it's a predator, just will take you down. And like, I got it. And like, they just start ripping at flesh. Like there's no there's no mercy killing you first.
But an alligator takes you underwater.
But they're not trying to, they're just making you easier to eat. But they're not like, I'm gonna drown this guy. Then so he can't fight back. It's like,
you don't think they're trying to drown you first? I thought they're trying to
they're definitely not. They're just pulling you into their element and then doing a death roll because it's easier for you to rip apart. Because they don't chew. So it's easier for them to eat smaller pieces.
Well, I always thought like the lion, like, you know, you're an antelope minding your business, you're a gazelle, whatever, and then all of a sudden just some fucking thing is biting your ass. You're like, dude.
Yeah. Like, it really is the worst way to live.
For fuck's sake, man.
Dude, I watched
Get the fuck off me.
I watch Nature is Metal on Reddit and Instagram, which I highly recommend. Go watch that. They just show the brutal side of nature. Dude, animals are so tough. Like there was this deer who must have got caught in a tractor who must have been laying down in the field and like tractor equipment hit it. The thing from its neck down to its tail was completely ripped out. And all you saw was its bone and muscle. And the thing was still living, walking around, like not showing pain because you can't show pain.
I'm fine.
It's like, fine, don't kill me. Like, nothing attack me. And it's like, dude,
you think I can't handle a tractor burn?
I can't handle all my muscles in my back gone. You think you can't handle that?
Yeah.
And then we get paper cuts. We're like, ow! It's like we're such fucking pussies. Dude, but then like, I can't confirm if they died this way, but I've seen 2 videos now in Mexico of crocodiles just swimming with people in their mouths.
Jesus.
Like they're dead. But I think they're either they died naturally and the crocodile's like free meal, or they like fell in because they got drunk, fucking passed out, and like fell in the river, drowned, whatever. And they get but like I don't think they got straight like murked by a croc, but that shit happens too.
When you live in Florida, I mean, crocs are like your neighbors. I mean,
Gators.
my father was a croc. I mean,
Your father was a shitty
everywhere.
water
Like,
shoe.
I lived in Miami until I was 9, and we lived in like a townhouse complex, you know, where like you get like a pool, like it's like a pool for everyone. You know, like the town. It's kind of like where you live in, actually.
Yeah.
But different, and but not a retirement community.
And also not Florida.
What?
Shitty Pennsylvania I live in.
Yeah. But we had a lake, and there was always like, don't swim in that lake. There's a gator in there, and you just have to like, it's like part of your life. Like your boss might be a gator. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
You might be working for a gator.
Mr. Hyams, like in a suit. It's like splitting open from the seams, holding paperwork.
You're a gator, I think, aren't you?
Like, how dare you?
Well, do you know that? You remember that? This always freaked me out too. Like the Disney story about the family who had like the 2-year-old who was
That
like,
was like 4 years ago, not even. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Sam Morril had like a joke about it. Yeah. I'm going to Disney World in February.
Are you? You bringing the little one?
No, I'm just going alone. I just thought it would be cool, you know.
He'll see the pictures I take, though. He'll see all the pictures I take, though.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna live stream it to my family.
This is so much fun without you guys as you're holding the camera.
Yeah, I'm like not looking forward to it at all. But we have to go, and I was telling my wife, we were looking for hotels to stay at, and I was like, nothing where it's by a body of water. Like I'm not like. Because there are a bunch of them that are on like some kind of like lake or whatever. I don't know.
No, it's horrifying.
And I'm not.
Gators horrify me because they're so just like again apex predator that's a million thousand years old, and
they're dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're
unforgiving.
Yeah. So I just came out from Florida, Orlando actually. I was just doing comedy down there, and it's fucking. First of all, that Orlando airport is wild. So have fun if you've never been there before. It sucks.
Why?
So I always forget like Disney's technically like in Orlando, right?
Yeah.
I just forget the city it's in. So when I, booked the trip and stuff like that, I was like, oh, I'm flying to Orlando, whatever. Thinking it's probably a smaller airport. It should be pretty in and out. I shouldn't have to worry about time. And then you fucking land in Orlando and they have people directing traffic like in the Orlando airport, like human traffic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Really?
like they have like people have
bigger
like,
than
opened the
O'Hare?
fucking.
You ever been to O'Hare?
Yeah, I have. Or was I Midway? Fuck. Oh shit. Which one has all the Bears signs?
It's probably
Probably
O'Hare.
both, but one of them only has like for the terminal number. It's like also a bear sign. Was that O'Hare? Was that O'Hare?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while, but
I think it was.
okay,
But
I just know like if you get out of your plane, if you have to make a connecting flight and you're on one side of O'Hare,
you're fucked.
You're not making it.
Orlando's pretty. Well, no, Orlando probably smaller than maybe, but I don't know. It's pretty fucking big. Because there wasn't people
Orlando
directing.
has, like every business conference goes on there.
That too.
So,
it was massive. I mean, there's so many gates. The trams take you to the fucking thing in and out. It's just a fucking shitty airport. I also hate flying. I'm like an old man. I hate I'm a crotchety. I hate like fucking traveling for comedy. Excuse me. I think I'm traveling for comedy. I hate it. Absolutely fucking hate it. It's not enjoyable at all.
Because of the flights?
I'm not scared of flying. I'm not like I'm scared of it. I hate the act of flying. Like everything around flying is miserable for me.
Wow.
Like you're
just going to the airport, checking in, and
going to the airport, the check-in, the waiting around, and then everything's like delayed now, or like nothing's on time. So like you have to worry about that shit. Then you're what? You and I are like same height, right? 6 feet.
I'm like 5'10".
Okay, so we're almost the same. I don't know if you know, but now they try to cram as many people as you can in a fucking airplane. So if you're like 5'10" and over, or like 5'9", it's like a miserable time because like you're just sitting like 90 degrees angle like this, and like you can't move. And I'm like, my legs hurt. Like just my back hurts, my neck hurts. Like you can't sleep in an airplane. It's fucking impossible. I don't know how people do it. You're psychopaths. It's fucking crazy. It's just, and then like each airline is like cheap and shitty, and like no one wants to give you like anything for fucking free. Like it's I also why I'm TSA pre-checked.
Oh,
it's the best. It is the
my
best.
wife is.
But then you should be too.
I'm not.
But if she prints your boarding pass with her, you get pre-checked.
There have been times when we've snuck through, but then like depending on the agent you get at the airport.
No, it's say it on your boarding pass.
I don't know. I feel like she's often had to be like, all right, I'll go with you through the normal line or something.
Oh, okay. So very opposite marriage we have. I'm pre-checked, and every time I book her with me, she gets pre-checked on her boarding pass. It says it TSA pre-check because she gets boarded because I'm the main person buying everything. Last time I went to Mexico, she didn't have it, right? And I was like, well, it's the other side. I was like, I'm not going to this fucking line.
I was bringing pot cookies with us once to Portland, and we were like, she was nervous about it, and like we went through TSA, we went through the security, and I forgot I had a bottle of water in my bag.
Yeah,
I got pulled aside. As soon as I got pulled aside, my wife just like
flipped out.
She just left.
Oh,
she didn't stick around. She just didn't want to be associated with me at all. And then I was like, oh shit, like what the fuck is this gonna? I mean, they were like, but it was just a bottle.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
In fact, my last trip, I forget I throw shit in my book bag all the time, like random shit. I throw the book bag on the fucking thing, and again, I'm in the pre-check line, which usually they barely even look. Like the guy checking the X-ray machine on the pre-check line is like this.
Yeah.
Like they don't even fucking look. It's great. But they pull my book bag out. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even have weed with me this time. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I don't have, like, usually I bring weed with me, but I've been on like a weed break. So like I haven't been smoking. So this is the first travel where I was like, I genuinely don't have to worry about anything.
Right.
Like I genuinely don't have to worry about.
Get pulled aside.
Yeah. And then I get pulled aside and they're like, yeah, you have this on you. And it was like a giant knife. It was like a giant, and I went,
why'd you have a knife on you?
It was like a switchblade. I don't know. It's just in my book bag.
What are you, like in the Jets?
I'm fucking crocodile.
Are you in the Sharks? Are you in the gang of Sharks? Side Story.
I was like, put that back. No, I was like, oh, you can just throw that out. And they're like, all right. Like zero. Yeah. TSA doesn't give a shit. Also, I've brought.
Oh, and they just let you through? You would
I said throw it out. I was like, throw it out. They're like, okay. Well, yeah, wasn't I wasn't a gun. So like, I was like, oh right, that's where it was. Like it was just a fucking knife. Like obviously I'm not using it.
It was a switchblade anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty big though. It was like a big one.
Do you remember
my dad gave it to me. Yeah, my dad.
Why it was in your bag?
Honestly, because again, it's my book bag that I use all the time. Like it's constantly traveling. This wasn't like my dedicated like travel.
You're going to Neil's place.
I was going to Neil's place. Got to protect my car, my assets. Don't live in the jungle, Neil. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
What I fucking hate about traveling is this is my only like big gripe about flying is the and I get it because it's about the overhead compartment space that everyone wants to have right by their seat. Well, there's a couple things. One, first of all, it's retarded that that's a place. If I was Neil, I would. Like,
oh, you wouldn't say retarded.
Oh, but I shouldn't say.
I'm saying it. We got it. Just say the word. Go.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do with Neil.
Planes should just board back to front, and first class should be last. Yeah, and I've flown first class before, and it's a terrible feeling to sit there with a glass of champagne while people shuffle past you.
See, I am the opposite end of that. I'm like, you should make more money as a fucking. I don't get.
But you feel like I should be. You feel the pressure to do better.
No. Like if I'm sitting,
you're looking at everyone else.
I'm looking at everybody else walking in. Like you should be better in life. You should be up here. And I don't know.
The logic of it pains. I just feel like the plane should board back to front.
It doesn't matter because you have to wait for everybody anyway. It's like the plane they're going to take off without people. You got to wait.
It does matter because it's fucking ridiculous. It's like you've got people. First, you got first class boarded. Then you've got Then you got people who are still in the middle of the aisle putting their shit away as other people are coming down. Which if you just boarded back to front, you wouldn't have. It's obvious. Obviously, it should be back to front. I don't have to argue this. It's you don't have to be a. I mean, any 2-year-old can like you board back.
I'll tell you why that won't work. They overbook flights.
No, it doesn't work because they have these bullshit, levels of of membership,
which I will pay extra for,
which I am part of. And I
I'm
board
part of
middle.
that.
I board middle to front.
Oh,
No.
dude, when I travel for vacation now, especially like our once a year big trip where I'm just throwing thousands of dollars at it, I'm like, what's an extra $50 to board first?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you get your, because that's the thing, because the part that really bugs me, it's less about even than the back to front, although it does bug me, is also the crowd, the anxiety of everyone crowding the gate.
Oh, that dude, I'm
when your gate, your group, they can't wait for the group to be called.
Yes,
and so they all crowd around. It's like, yes. I gotta be first. And it's just like, if everyone, you're all making me nuts. Could everyone just sit the fuck down, dude, read a magazine, just enjoy your life?
I'm such a bougie cunt now with that stuff. I'm be like, I don't think this guy's in zone 1. I think you should get this guy to the back of the
like they're lying about their group number.
Like, this guy's like not zone 1. I'm just saying, I'm zone 1. This guy doesn't look like a zone 1 guy.
Yeah,
I also
judge a book by its cover, but
yeah, which happens in the middle of the time. Oh, that happened to me coming back from Orlando this past 2 weekends ago.
Someone did get caught?
No. Someone, there's a guy, I was zone 1, and it goes like, all vets and stuff like that, or like disabled people, which they shouldn't get a pass. Fucking, they chose to go to war, so fuck off, whatever. But they go first.
Army people get pass?
Yeah, they shouldn't. No, they chose that.
Come on,
they chose that. They chose that. It's bullshit. No. Anyways, they go on first, and disabled people go on first, right?
Yeah.
Then it's zone 1, zone 2, whatever. So I was zone 1, and this guy was behind me, and he kept like looking at me, like stink-eyed. And then they called the first group, like the disabled people group. And then the guy leans in, he's like, zone 1's next. I was like, oh, I'm zone 1. Like, what zone are you? He's like, 2. I'm like, and I just walked on before. Yeah, he 100% thought I was in zone 1. Which I don't look like a zone 1 person. That's fair. I look like fucking white trash, which I am.
Right.
I am what I look like, but I have money. So I had to get on that fucking zone 1 boarding.
Well, it drives me fucking nuts.
It is fucking nuts. We got to do plugs in the middle of the show, sir. Okay. So we're going to go to plugs. Matt, where can everybody find you? Social media?
Oh, my plugs.
We're both about is, but I always let the guests go first because it's respectable.
Instagram, Twitter, at Matt Hyams. Facebook, at Matt Hyams Comedian. I'm sorry, I fucked that up.
Wow.
Instagram, at Matt Hyams. Twitter, at Matt_Hyams. Facebook, at Matt Hyams Comedian. TikTok, at Matt Hyams.
Boom. Your TikTok's really funny, by the way. Everybody should go follow Matt on TikTok.
Thanks,
do
man.
Good skits and stuff like that. I always see him. You should be blowing up more on TikTok. It's annoying that you're not.
I agree.
It's fucking so annoying.
I am grinding. I am earning every single follower I get.
Yeah, you really are.
With 600 or something.
But you should have more. You're legitimately funny. Go
Thanks,
follow
man.
Fucking. Oh, the Phillies are winning so bad. God damn it.
Don't care.
I'm a Yankee fan, so this is a bummer to me. I had to watch these fucking
out, right?
Yeah. Got swept. Fucking trap. Whatever. I can do this every single plug. I go into a fucking tirade during plugs about the Yankees. All right, guys, go follow me at Adam Nutter on Instagram. Go follow my brand new Twitter account at Tattooed Comic. Hopefully, Elon Musk could get my account back.
Does it help you to? I guess you get all your followers.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I would. That would be great.
What were you at?
Like 3,000 something.
30?
No, 3,000 something. Which is pretty good for Twitter. It's hard. Yeah. Now I have 180. It's a fucking bummer. It's a real fucking bummer. But go follow me, boost me up on that. Facebook at Adam Nutter and Adam Nutter Comedy, I believe. And go listen to The Porcupine, please and thank you. My other podcast to do, libertarian stuff, political stuff. YouTube.com/Adam Nutter for that. And I appreciate everybody who follows me and subscribes to that channel, and it's been growing. So thank you very much. Go follow Neil at his stuff too. At I am Neil Wood on everything, and IamNeilWood.com for all his upcoming dates. November 12th, fucking pop in, Chalfont, Pennsylvania. Tickets are up and available right now. Droptent.com/events. Go to that. November 18th, I'll be in Delaware doing a libertarian private gig, but I think it's open for everybody. Actually, I'm not sure. I gotta check on that. You guys might be able to come to that. Let me know. I'll let you know next week. And then I have other stuff in the works, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Guys, go buy a shirt. Droptent.com/store. Cut off sleeve. Unfortunately, sleeveless.
Who's gonna buy that shirt?
The sleeveless one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. It's a good shirt. I have 2 of them.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, sleeveless summer is over, guys. I know. Sleeveless summer is over, but it's okay. You still get short sleeve shirts. We have hoodies coming. Hoodies will be here soon. Get your hat. Wearing one right now. Get Cult of Us hat. They're fucking awesome. All the shit's good.
Are you scrolling?
Yeah.
Wait, this white one's not bad.
This one?
Yeah.
Thanks for saying not bad. Real marketer. Yeah. So droptent.com/store. Get your shirts. Get your shit. Again, hoodies are on the way. And of course, guys, Patreon. Patreon.com/cult of us. Join the page. You guys know where it's at. $1 gets you in the door. Bam. All of our extra episodes. In fact, Neil and I will be recording. Oh, shit. We didn't do it. We should have recorded one this week. Or we got to do it this week. Our second Gauntlet episode. What's the Gauntlet episode, you say? We watch animal suicide videos and we play crazy games of Would You Rather. Those are the Gauntlet episodes we do on Patreon. They're pretty fun.
Animal suicide?
Yeah, we watched a whole hour of like deer just jumping to their death. It was crazy. Deer are fucking retarded. They just kill themselves all the time. So that was Gauntlet number 1. We watched like a half hour of deer killing themselves, then we did a half hour of crazy Would You Rather questions back and forth to each other. It was a fun time. So $1 gets in the door for all the extra content. $3 tier, we watch all the MMA fights and movies together in our Discord. So you sign up for our Patreon, you get a Discord link. You sign up, you get entire Discord, and then if you sign up for the $3 tier, you can watch all the fights we watch on all the UFC fights, everything. So you know, you don't got to pay for it. Wink, wink. Catch my drift. You can hang out in Discord with us. You could listen to us. You can chat with us. You can not chat with us. It's up to you. It's a fun time. It's always packed out on the Discord for all the good fights. So that's $3 tier. And of course, the $5 tier, more local. The $5 tier, Neil will send you a shirt. And also, you get your name put into a wheel. And every 2 months, we spin that wheel. And if that wheel lands on you, you get a free tattoo. That's right. From Anna Gabrielle, from Push Tattoo Studios in Wilmington, Delaware, which is why it's more of a local thing. But it doesn't expire. You could get technically fucking 5 tattoos a year if you keep winning. It doesn't fucking 6. 6 tattoos a year if you keep winning. It doesn't matter.
And she's good.
She's great. She does all my work. So patreon.com/cult of us. Again, $1 gets in the door for all the extra shit. Join, benefit us. It helps the show. It helps us. We appreciate it. Thank you. And I think that's it for pluggy stuff. Yeah, that's it. We're good. Out of plugs. Plugs over.
Is there anything we're supposed to like? Is this just it? Is there any ground we're supposed to cover?
Nah. Usually we have like something to talk about, but I thought Neil was going to be here. It was going to be a fun 3 of us bullshitting, but no, I fucked up. Really, it's kind of my fault.
Well, I hope he enjoys his 3 minutes.
Yeah. What a fucking dumb. You don't want to get into it, but I kind of do. No one cares about that comedy talk, though, honestly. People, non-comic, like people who's listening, hate comedians talk about comedy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I kind of do, too. I got to be honest with you. And we're in it. I still fucking hate it.
It depends what podcast it is. I mean, if it's Tuesdays with Stories, I don't think they hate it.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, I would say most podcasts, people don't want to hear, like,
right.
Comics being like, and this fucking guy, and this this is how I think, this is how I go about writing a joke. No one gives a fuck. Like, no one fucking cares.
I don't care about anyone who writes a joke.
Yeah, for sure.
I just want to hear the dirt.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a gossipy bitch when it comes to comedy.
Yeah.
For sure. It's fun.
That's all I care about. To tell you the truth. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Philly anyway, so.
It's a fucking, I don't. Neil tells me all the new people. Like, every new person that I get introduced to is through this podcast or Neil.
Yeah.
Like, I met, like, Kyle Reagan was, you know who Kyle Reagan is?
Nope.
Funny kid. Younger, but like, he did, he was on here and I liked him, but I never would have known him.
No, I mean, I met a bunch of people through Funniest by showing up, but I haven't gone out since then.
Are you done? Are you done with Funniest?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this was the last year, and I did well, but I'm not gonna do it again.
It really is. I watched a disabled girl, and when I say
It was
disabled,
funny. Kirsten? Should we not say the name?
no, I don't give a fuck.
The
Say
one who
her
has
name.
the oxygen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was she funny or was she doing? Oh, look, I'm disabled. Hack jokes, and everyone's like,
I legitimately liked her.
"You making me look bad now." I was hoping we could shit on this girl together.
I mean, one of us is a good person and one of us is a terrible person. And
I don't know. I just find that like all comics who have like a disability, like midget, fucking whatever, like cripple, whatever. I find it extremely hack when that's all your material.
I mean, come on. Who and a straight and a guy talking about masturbation is
I think that's not funny either anymore. I think it was funny when I was younger.
Oh, really? So you're not talking about it anymore?
No.
Well, I am. More than ever. And I'm only getting stronger.
No, I really don't talk about it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
you're
I
off
just
sex?
fucking no, just that. I just don't think it's well also, okay, I'll counter to that point with this point. I don't think let's say a straight your point was a straight dude. I don't think some straight dude his whole set is about jerking off. That's just a part of his set. So if a part of your set is like, I'm a midget, that's fine. But I've seen a lot of these comics, that's their entire set is like, fucking stairs are hard. And I'm like, okay, like whatever. I get it. But like it's not I feel like it's very hacky and it's not like hard to do.
Well,
it's like writing material for just by being born that way or whatever the fuck.
If you have she has a particularly unusual, I don't know what it is, cystic fibrosis or something, but
Yeah, I'll even give her more of a.
I don't know if that's like the hackiest. I mean,
No, I'll even give no, but
not another.
No, it is
hacky
because
cystic
it still has
fibrosis
to do with.
comedian.
But it's still your disease. It's whatever your disease. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll give her the benefit of this doubt. I'll give her the benefit of this doubt. That competition, it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Fine. So forget about her.
If she had like an hour and it's
But
all.
that's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of comics out there where 20 minutes of their set, of their whole set, let's say they have 20-minute set. It's like, I have crutches. It's like, okay, cool. Can you be funny about anything else?
Blue's whole thing is
yes. Oh yes. Of course it is.
Right.
All of it is. And it's fun. It's like we laugh or people laugh because it's like, right, this fucking guy can't speak properly. That's funny. It's like, yeah, it's funny for 5 minutes. And then it's like, write a joke about like the airplane, or like write a joke about like just an encounter you had. Like it's always like everything's based around that fucking disability.
Right.
Not most comics I see with that do that. Most. I'm trying to rattle my brain now against someone who, even Brad Williams, 95% of his material is I'm midget related. And like 5% is like trying to bang other chicks with his wife, whatever the fuck he talks about. But like the majority is like, I'm short. Isn't that funny? It's like, no.
Like, I never watched it because I was always like, I don't know if I want to see that.
Do you think he's a fucking regular person, this guy?
Well, I actually, because I had a feeling like it was going to be a lot of like dwarf humor or something.
I just want to say this conversation started out with you being like, "That's not true." To be like,
we were talking about that one comic. We were talking about that one comic
because I was worried about the exact thing I said I wasn't worried about before.
Right.
I immediately turned you on.
I need this tape erased.
Come on the show, ruin your career. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everyone's fucking hack.
Everyone, dude, I think about that myself. I'm such a fucking hack. It's crazy. I think about that whole fucking time.
Well, it is like it is if you're talking about porn, and then like the next guy comes on, he's talking about porn. It's like there's so much porn.
Yeah. Which I also don't really talk about anymore at all.
Really, you've really changed. I haven't seen your act lately, I guess.
Yeah, you haven't.
Is it political?
No, not at all. Zero politics. Just mainly just observational, just like my life stuff or whatever. like stories about like like my parents being weird or whatever the fuck, like just shit like that. Like I just because
Did you
it's
consciously
like,
move away from sex stuff, or it just organically happened?
probably a little bit of both. I still definitely mention some stuff, but like it's again more like personal account based, not just like broad, like booby and dick humor. You know what I'm saying?
Is it working?
Yeah,
Oh,
it is. But like, if I had to go back into the like trenches and like
Yeah.
use it, I could. It's still there.
so if you do an hour, like do you do an hour for these headlining gigs,
I usually do like 40 to 55 minutes.
and you don't dip into sex?
Yeah, no, no. You make it sound like I don't talk about it at all. I do talk about stuff like that, but it's not like that was jerking off. Like it's like I don't really do that stuff anymore.
Yo, check this out. I was jerking off the other night. It was fucking crazy. Yo, you're not ever gonna believe this.
Yeah, no, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just because I feel like again a lot of dudes do talk about that. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, I talk about it. I feel like can't get away from it.
Because it's easy. This just goes
Well,
back to
just
the
like, I don't
disabled
know,
stuff. It's easy because it's easier for them. It's easy to write it if you're handicapped. It's easy to write a joke about you being handicapped. If you jerk off, it's easy to write a joke about you jerking off. Like it's just like what you know.
Well, I wouldn't just, but I don't personally just tell a porn or sex joke for the sake of
You don't.
because I think it's like an easy laugh. Like I need to have like something I think is like a real solid punchline or something.
Oh, look at this, Matt. You got fans. Bring Matt back to the pop in. He was awesome.
Oh, I remember them.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, when were you last the pop in? Like summertime?
No. What are we in? October?
In November now.
God, I don't fucking remember. Must have been spring or late winter.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe, possibly.
Joe
It's a good time.
Fall.
But yeah, we gotta be back. You're fucking hilarious. I just love hanging out with you and bullshitting with you. Especially when we're off air, we talk about way crazier shit.
There's definitely been a couple times in this. I'm like, something's run through my head. I'm like, I'm not gonna say that right now.
That's the difference between you and I. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care anymore. I say whatever comes to my fucking brain. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you're more podcast savvy too. I mean, you do this every week.
Yeah, I do a lot. I do between Cult and Porcupine. I also guest on a shit ton of fucking podcasts.
Right.
So I'm just constantly talking into a microphone.
Yeah.
It's an unimportant asshole I am.
Is your wife home right now?
Over there somewhere. Yeah, we were just tearing down all the fucking Halloween decorations and putting them back in the attic.
Yeah. Ours is staying up through the. Oh, my kid was sick. He didn't even get to go out.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. It was going to be, I don't know, dolphin or pirate or something.
That's two very different. Also, dolphin's a very lame costume. So
make him great.
Make him a cooler thing.
Well, can I put pictures? Can you put pictures up in this thing?
I can, yeah. I can. You gotta send them to me.
How do I send it to you? Through the chat?
Yeah, you probably can.
Will it show up on the?
Send it to the email I sent you. Send it to that email that I sent you the link to. Send it to that. It'll be easier.
Show you what he was gonna be.
This dolphin better have guns on it, blood soaked in great white blood, because dolphins kill great white sharks.
It's not a dolphin. This is pirate costume.
Oh, all right, pirate costume. I'm all for pirate costumes.
Yeah, but then he got sick. So, which I was like, fine with. I went to the Renaissance Fair.
Why?
My wife. She makes me do this shit.
Ew.
Yeah, it's a weird place. That whole thing.
Renaissance Fair? Yeah, dude.
What?
Yeah, of course it's weird. I was talking about this with
and the people who like dress up and like.
I'll go one step further than you did, because this is also this on Saturday with Blaze, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Blaze. We went to that beer festival out by me in Bucks County in Newtown, just Washington Crossing Beer Festival.
Okay.
And we show up and there's a bunch of actors dressed in like the red coat stuff from like the
Right.
Revolutionary War.
Right.
And I was like, why not pick the winning side? like it blows my mind of like people who like do recreational battles and then choose like the South or like
Right.
the English. It's like you guys lost.
They're like into the whole pageantry of it, you know, like they.
Can I be honest with you? It's fucking gay. It's very.
I don't
gay.
relate at all. They do that. They do like whole reenactment. Like I have a friend whose wife's dad, his father-in-law, is like a Civil War reenactor.
Yeah, I just don't. I never got the email, by the way. I
sent it.
I believe you. It's not here.
I went to this. I went up to this one stand at the. I mean, it's so ridiculous. The thing about the Renaissance Fair is like, it's kind of like asking. Like, hey, if I say, hey, you want to go see this play or a movie with me this weekend? You know?
Yeah. It's.
Did you just tune out?
No. I'm trying to find your email. Sorry.
Okay.
I just can't. I can't find it. It's not there.
You're gonna pick the movie. Nobody wants to see a play.
100%.
You know? And by the same token, like going to the Renaissance Fair, it's like, well, yeah, this is what everyone did when they had when they didn't have the entertainment that we had now. Like,
also, I bet you that also didn't happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I bet you they didn't have none of it.
Well, there's a guy who has like an owl. He's like an owl. He's like, has anyone like, you know, he's like, anyone been to see my show before? And like, no one raises their hand. He's like, well, you know, my assistant was like, you know, you should do an owl show. He's like, I did an owl show like back in 2004. And he's like, you know, and you're the whole thing. You're like, it's not a show. The owl's flying to your arm and then it's flying back to the post.
You just trained a bird who's smart.
Yeah, it's
actually,
not a
apparently
show.
Owls are dumb. But yeah, also, fun fact, you can't choke an owl to death.
You can choke an owl?
You can't choke an owl to death.
Because it just keeps spinning.
Yes, because their heads could turn 360. Yeah. So you can't do anything.
Damn it.
I know.
Gotta find something.
Which I'm trying to make that a bit, by the way. How you the first person to find out who choked an owl who couldn't choke an owl to death.
Some owl is just like, sorry, like some fucking asshole owl.
We're just going woo woo.
Yeah.
Like whoo.
I'm gonna fucking choke you out, you owl. You fucking bitch.
Piece of shit. Well, my parrot joke, which apparently someone stole.
Was that a tweet? What did I send you?
I think it was just it looked like a Facebook meme.
Almost. Oh, it was a meme or something, right? Oh, but I went up to this. So one of the stands was like I mean, it's ridiculous. They give you like a bucket of dirt with rocks in it, right? And then you pour the dirt into this sifter.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you put it into a little stream.
Okay.
And it takes the dirt out, and you're left with the rocks, and you can put the rocks into a little bag, and you take them home with you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're like, and the person at the stand selling me the bucket is doing like the whole like popcorn at the theater thing. Like if you go like $2 more, you get a bigger bucket, and you'll get 2 pours of dirt into the sifter, as opposed to the smaller bucket, you're only going to get 1 pour. And I wanted to be like, I'm from the future. Like, we know all about dirt and rocks. Like, you don't have to explain this to me. Like,
do you think he'd stay in character, or he'd just be like, "Come on, bro, I'm just trying to fucking make some extra cash."
Yeah, right. I know all about buckets of dirt. Like, you don't have to do the hard sell on me. Yeah, I'm in on it.
Yeah,
you know.
Also,
I'm gonna go a step further. We've got glass where I'm from and metal. You know, well, they had metal. I guess they had swords.
Yeah, they definitely had metal. But dude, that's a good point of like, I'm still blown away to this day of like how things are made or like invent like mirrors for one is a great example.
Anything.
Like who the fuck figured out mirrors?
Who figured out anything?
Anything. Is this how dumb we are though? Like you and I are just so dumb we can't comprehend inventing anything.
I was talking to a friend of mine once. I was like, if I was like a prehistoric times, I would just have like a leaf over my head, and he was like, I would steal your leaf. Like,
oh, dude, I would. This is why like people are like, oh, brains matter more than brute strength. No, they do now, but they didn't back then. Like in other words, like you could be way smarter than me, but I'm like, well, I'll just kill you and take the thing you have.
Yeah,
it's like
and
so.
Everyone did. Yeah,
fuck you. You fucking.
I mean, a lot of things, but the thing that like okay, fire I can fathom its origination, how it came about. Like some maybe threw a rock, it sparked something. You know what I mean?
Or they saw lightning hit something and it just erupted into flames.
Maybe
They thought that was a
maybe they
god.
just had a stick and they were just rubbing it against something out of boredom.
I don't know, dude. I think especially like you see a lot like now a lot of this new science coming to light, and like I think we are completely off on like how old civilization really is.
How old?
Yeah, old. Like I think we were around for way longer than people think we were. Like if you start looking at all these new like findings and like dig sites and just like what's the fuck where they date stuff, carbon date, whatever the fuck. You're finding out like, oh yeah, this is like there's like a culture like 12,000 years prior to what we thought there was, like shit like that. But they're finding like fucking bowls and shit that were like way before than like originally thought.
Bowls?
Yeah, like tools and bowls and like utensils and stuff. Yeah.
So be it. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. It could be complete bullshit, but I don't know. It just my whole point I think is like I don't think anything is what we think it is. Like you don't know. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. Yeah, Twilight Zone. This. Like, I don't give a fuck what you tell me. Like, there's no fucking way we know everything that happened in history to a.
No, I mean, and we don't know anything that now. I mean, like even science now, it's like vitamin C is good for you, vitamin C is bad for you. Like don't eat, all this shit. Like scientists currently, I mean, are like, don't do this, and then they're wrong. I mean,
oh, dude, my favorite one
it's like
was
Bill Maher's thing lately is like with all the liberal conservative fighting,
yeah,
conservatives not wanting to, or right wing people not wanting to listen to Fauci or whatever about wearing masks and shit. I mean, you're like someone who like that,
That's me.
And then liberals like being upset that like no one's like following the rules. And then like I thought Bill Maher made a good point where it's like, well, scientists are like they're not always right,
right?
And they put a white coat on and like it's like, well, who gives a shit? Like, and I agree. I mean, like I wore a mask, but in terms of that one particular area, but yeah, I mean, like they're wrong all the time. I mean, science is a work in progress.
Well, I can say this.
Sephora employees wear white coats. I mean, like for that.
No, dude. Of course. First of all, I can say this now because I can't get banned because this is like just a fact now, or this is just whatever. But masks did nothing. In fact, they hurt people more than fucking helped because you're not building up a natural immunity and you're not really blocking anything anyway. And the lockdown they said hurt way more than helped, of course. But like all that aside,
I don't agree with that.
Well, that's true. It doesn't matter. It's true. Every report, go look it up, dude. Of course.
I'll look it up.
Go look it up. Of course, lockdowns hurt more than they helped. Of course, masks didn't do anything. Of course, it's obvious, dude. A small piece of
There's no way masks didn't do anything.
Of course, they didn't do anything. No. That's
people,
not stopping microscopic.
Who would have lived if they had worn masks.
If you had a 2.9 comorbidity and you wore a mask, it probably might have helped you. It didn't do shit for you and I.
Oh, well, that, I mean, like for people like us, we would have gotten COVID and we would have gotten better and we would have gotten over it. But like,
right.
but a lot of people would have lived had they worn masks.
No, if you were already very unhealthy or you already had severe problems, then you probably should have.
If you were old, if you were a senior citizen and you wore a mask, there's a good chance you would have made it through versus not wearing masks, getting COVID. And then
that's my point. It was only for a very small selective group of people, but
who turned out to be hundreds of thousands.
But that's a small group of people compared to 8 billion.
Fine, but in a quick swoop, hundreds of thousands of people died where they didn't have to.
Right, but I was
in the back of the line of this guy at the post office recently, and he was like, he's from rural PA, but I guess he lives in his family lives in rural PA or something, and his dad and his uncle both died. He was telling the post office clerk, and from COVID, like they ended up in respirators. They didn't believe in anything. And they would have lived. You know what I mean? Like,
right. But this, like Jamie just said in the chat, which she's right. The CDC on their website was like, masks don't really work. So, like, this is what I'm saying. This is all stuff that was very obvious 2 years ago, and now it's all coming out. And they're like, that was actually wrong. This actually doesn't work.
No way people who died had they worn. They definitely stood a better chance of living had they worn a mask.
How about all the people who wore masks and died?
Had all the what?
How about all the people who wore masks and died?
I'm talking about.
No. What about all the people who wore them and died?
I'm talking about if you look at whatever, I don't know what the total number of people who died from COVID is, but like, I think you can't. You're going to argue that it would have been less. You think you're going to argue that it would have been the same?
I think it would have been the same. Because I'll give you a so I could vape through a mask.
I also
You know
don't
how
what
big
I'm talking
vape
about,
particles
but I
are?
also, but what?
Vape particles, standard vape, the vape particles are much bigger than microscopic virus, right? Much bigger. I could vape through my fucking mask.
I mean, okay.
You get it? If giant particles can't be stopped through this fucking mask, microscopic ones aren't being stopped through this fucking mask. The reason doctors wear it in surgery, that's the very last precaution they take after all the other sterilized shit they do before the mask.
Well, we unfortunately don't have a controlled experiment to test any of this out because people didn't wear masks and they died. So
right, but people wore masks and they died too.
Less.
That's not true. There's no variant of that knowledge.
We don't know.
We don't
know because we don't have a controlled group of people who wore masks and a controlled group of people who didn't wear masks.
It's the same with the vaccine shit.
How many people the same place and then say how many people died? You know what I mean? So,
but people wore them and died, so it doesn't matter.
People wore them and
never
died.
took them off, and they still died. People who didn't wear them died. Yeah, that's how life goes. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you were healthy, you were going to survive it. If you weren't, you were probably not going to make it, depending on the precautions you took. That's the truth. Again, 99 point something survival rate, unless you had a 2 point something % comorbidity with on top of COVID. That's what I'm saying.
There's no way. First of all, there's no way either one of us can prove this because
that's true. But I'm going to go with common sense in my gut here.
Well, I don't agree with your common sense.
And say that it doesn't. Again, if I could vape through a mask, it's not going to stop microscopic particles. It's just not.
It's going to help.
It doesn't stop smoke. It doesn't stop vapor. It doesn't stop water. It doesn't stop water molecules.
I don't disagree that you couldn't get COVID if you wore a mask. I'm just saying, like, it could have been a lot less, and people might have lived who died had they worn something, or if they just taken greater precaution.
I think if you were fucked up prior to getting it, like whatever severe thing you might have had, cancer, severe diabetes, whatever the fucking case may be.
If you were older and you were otherwise healthy, you could have gotten it and ended up on a respirator and died or something.
Right, which they all say they never should put anybody on respirators now because that killed more people than it helped. That's what I'm saying. This is all this shit that you could just go look up now. It's just very out there in the open because it's 2 years fucking past. So no, I'll have
to go and read about it, which I won't do after this.
We can talk about this in the Porcupine all day if you want.
Well, I gotta go read about it before I go on the Porcupine.
Yes,
go to my podcast.
That esteemed podcast I run.
And we'll see.
We're
talking about science, though. But where I do agree with you is that science is a work in progress, and just because you put on a white coat doesn't mean that you're like the end all be all.
I was gonna say we could end it on this: the sugar debacle, the great sugar debate. That's the debate, the great sugar hoax of the 50s. I'm sure I don't know if you heard this or not, but there's multiple books written about it now. In the 50s, sugar executives at the time bribed scientists $50,000. That's it. Even in today's money, that's not a lot of money, really. To lie and say sugar isn't bad for you. It's actually trans fat that's bad for you. And then they did. And then for decades upon decades, that went into as fact in medical. They taught it in medical schools. They did the whole nine, right? Like trans fat's bad for you. Cholesterol's bad for you. Sugar's okay, though. It's like, don't talk about sugar. And then, of course, all that is bullshit. Sugar is the worst thing you can put in your body, and then trans fat actually isn't that bad for you, like at all. Cholesterol really isn't bad for you. Like
what has trans fat in it?
I'm not sure. I think like certain like
the stuff that like makes your anus leak.
Cook with it. Like maybe
chips.
It could.
I mean, I keep looking for it, but
yeah, maybe it does make your asshole bleed, but that wasn't a problem.
No, not bleed, leak.
Oh,
it was like a leak. I heard like trans fats in like some kind of like pork chip or pork chip make people's asses leak.
What foods are trans fat? See, commercial baked goods, cakes, cookies, pies, shortening, microwave popcorn, frozen pizza, refrigerated dough such as biscuits and rolls, fried foods including French fries, non-dairy coffee creamer, stick margarine, shit like that.
Nothing that I eat.
Yeah, I don't really eat any of that either, actually. Well, I mean, I do eat baked goods. That's crazy.
I mean, sugar's insane. I mean, like
Sugar's
just
terrible for
seeing
you.
having a new person in my life. You know, I have a 3-year-old, and just seeing, you know, their bodies are pure. They have nothing. You know,
Nothing. Yeah.
He started out with breast milk, and he's moved to like, and we're pretty healthy, so like we only give him like really good shit, and like, but when he's had a piece of sugar in his body, I mean, he turns into the Tasmanian devil. He just like he can run Philly. He could win the Philly Marathon.
Yeah, I heard that was also bullshit, but I don't know. I've
seen it.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen it. It's like, how could it
I don't
be
need
bullshit?
to know. I don't need to read.
I've seen it. I was just going to say that.
This with my eyes. The kid goes ape shit.
But apparently, it's supposed to make you sugar actually makes you crash, not hype. And I was like, I've seen children on it.
So might make you crash after, but
yeah, that's a bull. There's no
also their moods go all over the place.
Has he ever had soda? Do you give him soda yet?
Nope.
You shouldn't, because by the time he does try it, he won't even probably like it.
He doesn't go for this. He ate, you know, like the little like the tiny Kit Kats you would give for Halloween.
Yeah,
it's like 2 sticks.
Yeah.
So I don't like to give him any candy at all. But like now it's Halloween, so we go into a store. People are like, "Oh, does he want any candy?" I'm like, "All right, you know, like I'll let him have a Kit Kat or whatever." He ate 3/4 of one stick. He's like, "I don't like this anymore." I was like, "Good."
Yeah. I fucking wish that was my parent. Like, not because like I try not to eat that much sugar now, even though I don't know 40 pounds of cookies this last 2 weeks.
Well, a cookie is hard to resist.
Like, it's like fucking what?
Yeah. You ever get like a cookie where like it's like mostly sugar? You're like, what the fuck are you giving me? You know how to make a fucking cookie?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here with this. You want to throw it in their face? Go learn how to make a fucking cookie.
Who the fuck are you?
I have a neighbor who like makes these cookies, and they're like mostly sugar, you know, with like an M&M's. I'm like, that's not a fucking cookie. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, but I try not to eat, but I do. I'm so like.
Well, I have a cookies are my weak spot.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's like, especially when you go. No, it is. I'm okay at home, but sometimes when you go somewhere and they're like, "There's all these cookies here," I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna eat this whole tray of cookies." It's like, there's no way I'm not. It's like boredom eating.
Cookies out. Like if you put like a jar, you know, like people like in like stores like have like a plate of cookies out. And like I'll just take a cookie. I don't ask. One time I was in a coffee shop in New York and I didn't know, like they put like a platter of cookies at the end of this counter at a coffee shop, and I took a cookie, and the guy was like, "That's not free." I was like, "Well, you just put it it's not by the register. You put it at the end of the counter." He's like, "I'm setting up for." So I was like, "Dude, you're the one who put the platter."
You just flip the tray over and run out the store.
Don't put cookies in front of me. I'll fucking take your cookie.
Dude, that happened to me one time. I was picking up booze for Steph, and she just wanted a 6-pack. And I was in the fucking store, and they had a unopened like box but inside the box was like the 6-packs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it was out on the floor, you know,
it looked like it was just for taking.
And I went, all right, so like I just opened it and took it, and I got to the counter. The guy's like, "Where'd you get that?" And I was like, "Over there." And they're like, "Did you open the box?" I was like, "No." Like, they're supposed to be sold together. I was like, I don't know. It was just out on its own, just lying like through my teeth. And the guy was like, "All right, we'll sell it to you, but like, don't take it out." I was like, "I didn't." just doubling down my lie because I felt like a fucking idiot.
There was a deli where I went to high school, across the street from my high school, that would just get ransacked with students during lunch hour. Awesome. Oatmeal raisin, please.
Jamie said, "Matt, next time you come to the pop."
No, I can read it. I can read it.
I know it's for people.
Oh yeah.
For people listening.
Or one thing I'm lactose intolerant, otherwise known as Jewish, but I can't eat milk, but I can eat oatmeal raisin.
Do you not take a pill before you drink milk and stuff?
Well, you know what? Also, this is going to be a downturn for your podcast episode, but I also have Crohn's. So,
bro, this is the most Jewish thing about you. All these fucking diseases.
I used to take the lactate pills, but then I got Crohn's, and then I was like, I might as well just not even fuck with it. So now I just try to like stick, because I used to like, I'd be like, I'll just take the hit if I wanted to really eat a dessert or something, but then it's just not worth it.
Dude, this is such like not real problems we have.
It's a
You know
real
what I'm
problem I
saying?
have.
It's like no, I do it too with like injuries. It's like well, I can't eat the cookie. It's like people are dying in Yemen. People are just starving to death. And we're like, I can't take the pill because my tummy hurts if I do it.
I'm like, do you ever end up on the toilet for like 6 hours? He's like, my family was murdered and I have no one left, and I'm completely malnourished. I'm like,
It's like yeah, I did
can't
spend
take
6
milk.
hours I did spend 6 hours in the toilet. That's because I have like what's the beaver disease? No, what's the one you just like shit to death? Cholera? No, it's with a C. Fuck. I just joke would have landed better if I knew the disease.
Were you shit to death?
Yeah, so you just can't stop shitting, and like eventually you just die from like dehydration.
Really?
Starts with the C.
Vegetarianism?
Yes, vegan. It's called being vegan. You die from not having nutrients and being a pussy.
Yeah.
You die right away from being a vegan.
That was an old joke I had where I was like, I went vegetarian. I was like, the one good thing about vegetarians, you can always find your way home by the trail of diarrhea that you leave behind you. Wait.
Yes.
Cookies, lactose. I don't know.
I'm gonna put disease where you have diarrhea.
I feel like I was joking to my wife. I was like, I feel like that's how I'm gonna go out. Like my asshole's just gonna blow up at some point.
God damn it! What's it called? It's like cholera. It's not cholera. Fuck. Guardia? Is that the one? Fuck, I'm stupid. I don't know. I should have researched this joke before I tried it. Now it's just not funny. I'm just bombing.
Oh, here it is.
Except for the C, I know that much.
It is cholera or cholera.
Cholera, right? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Or defecation syncope.
That one doesn't sound as fun to say. Cholera sounds fun. Like, oh, you got cholera? Oh, yeah. It sounds like a fun disease.
Elvis croaked well in the John, but he had a heart attack, I think.
He was so backed up from all the Percocets and stuff he was on. Yeah, he couldn't shit. Elvis?
When we get ready to drop one, we instinctively employ a breathing technique known as Valsalva maneuver. You essentially bear down to poop. But when you hold your breath in this manner, several important changes are occurring elsewhere in your body too.
Oh, my brain's gonna blow up like it's gonna pop like I'm fucking coming up from the ocean too quick.
I don't know.
Your inside just blow up.
I think if you wear a mask, you'll be okay.
That's an old.
That's
an old like wives' tale. It's like if you hold your breath while you shit, you'll blow up.
I think I really would though.
Dude, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We're going for like an hour and 20 minutes right now. Thanks, buddy. This is fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Don't get off when I end. I'll talk to you off air a little bit while I do stuff. But
Gotcha.
As always, this was fun, guys. Go follow Matt on TikTok. He has a great TikTok account. Go
at
follow
Matt
Matt
Hyams.
At Matt Hyams. Go follow Matt. Stand up too. Matt stand up. I always say this, and I didn't say it on air because I feel like gay when I say it, but I'll say it on air anyway. You're my favorite comic I personally know.
Thanks, man.
You're my favorite comic I personally know. I love Matt. Everybody go love Matt. He's the best.
Awesome.
Again, you guys know where to find me. Thanks for watching this fucking show and all the other shows we do. I love you guys. Peace. Next time.
By the renewing of your mind.
The recycling. It's a flesh body world.
Do it.
Human.
Do it.
It's our slimy reptilian.
This has been a Drop Tent Media Production.